guys, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. Today's video is a prom inspired makeup tutorial. I want to do like a pretty pink princess kind of prom look. We don't have prom in Australia to my knowledge. All the schools that I know of anyway don't really do prom. We have like formals, but there's no like big thing like prom. It's just not really a thing over here. I wish it was, because I feel like I was gypped. I feel like I missed out. So this is something that I would totally wear if I was going to prom. So I really hope that you guys enjoy this tutorial. If you do, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and definitely make sure you guys go and follow me on Snapchat and Instagram. It's just kaseyrayton, the same as my YouTube. I feel like I always forget to tell the YouTube fam that I have Instagram and stuff, and you guys can see like all the photos of these looks up on there, so definitely follow me on those. But without any further ado, we're just going to jump straight into this video. So we're starting off with the eyes today. Of course, I'm going in with my unicorn tape. You guys always go crazy for this in the comments. This is actually sent to me, so I'm not too sure where you can specifically get it from, but if you just Google unicorn tape, something should come up. But we're just placing this on the outer corners of our eyes. That way, when we do our eyeliner later, it's going to make it really easy. And even if you're not going in with eyeliner, it's just going to give you a really nice clean cut line for the eyeshadows and just make it look like really chiseled. Then I'm going in with my Tarte Shape Tape. This is in the shade Fair Neutral. I'm using this as a primer base for my eyes. I like to do this rather than use an actual primer because I feel like it covers all the veins in my eyelids because there's lots of them. We're then going in with the BH Cosmetics Carli Bybel palette, and I'm just taking the lightest matte shade from the palette and we're placing that over top of that concealer just to ensure we don't get any creasing throughout the day, and it just helps the other eyeshadows that we place on top blend out a little easier. Then taking Peach Smoothie from Makeup Geek, we're going to start buffing this into the crease as our transition shade using the Sigma E40 brush. You guys know this is like one of my favorite blending brushes of all time. I use it in like all my tutorials, and you guys can use the code kaseyrayton to get 10% off Sigma. But the reason I'm using this shade is because it has a really nice warm undertone to it, but it's not too intense, and because we're working with cooler shades from this palette, it's nice to have a warm tone in the crease, and then that way it stops the cool tone shades from like looking too grey. We're then taking this brown shade from the palette and we're just going to start packing this a little bit more precisely into the crease. I'm using my Sigma E25 brush, another one of my absolute favorites, because it's kind of tapered and squished, so you can use it on its side to blend, or you can flip it over to the other side to get it like a little bit more densely in there, if that makes sense. And it's also really perfect for packing onto the outer corner as well. So that's what you guys see me doing here. So I'm just working it a little bit more precisely into the crease and onto the outer corner as well, and then switching back to that E40 brush just to blend everything nice and seamlessly together. Then going in with the mauve shade, we're just taking that same brush and essentially doing the same thing, working that into the crease, but also focusing this more on the outer corner of the eye. I will be honest with you guys, I did have a little bit of a hard time trying to build up the color depth with these shades. They're not the most pigmented eyeshadows in the world, and they are a little bit more difficult to blend. If you're used to using Makeup Geek, I think you'll notice the difference, because Makeup Geek eyeshadows are just so easy to blend. So I did have to repeat these steps a few times, and I just went back in with that Sigma E40 brush to seamlessly blend the transition area. Then going in with the deep purple shade from the palette, I believe this is the Sigma E20 brush, but if I'm wrong, just check the description box because I always list and link my brushes. I'm just packing this shade onto the outer corner of the eye. We're not going to focus on blending this too much into the crease. We're mostly focusing this on the outer corner, just using that Sigma E25 brush to do so, and then back into the E40 just to, again, make sure everything is nicely blended. I like to use the same brushes and kind of switch between them just to make sure everything is nicely blended. Going in with the same concealer we used to prep our eyelids, I'm just going to cut the crease. The reason I'm doing this is because it just helps me keep my glitter a little bit neater when applying it to the lid, and helps me keep it in a nice straight line. So this is essentially just going to map out where we're going to put the glitter later on. So this step is completely optional and you definitely don't have to do it. And then I just go back in with the lightest shade from the palette just to set that concealer so we don't get any creasing, and then back in with the E25 brush just to blend and diffuse the outer corner. And for the actual glitter on the lid itself, I used a couple of different products, but what I'm using first is the Go Get Glitter Glue. You can use any glitter adhesive that you have, just applying that to where we did the cut crease earlier. And then I'm taking this Sigma glitter. It says it's a glitter, but it doesn't really come out like glitter. I can't remember the shade, so I'm going to leave it in the description box for you guys. But essentially I just packed that on as a base first. And then I took this glitter from Eye Candy Cosmetics. This is, oh my god, I'm the worst. I can't even remember the name of this one, but I'm going to leave everything in the description box for you guys. I then just placed that over top of the Sigma one. And then I went in with my favorite. You guys see this in like every damn tutorial. This is the Go Get Glitter Silver Chunky Glitter, and I'm just lightly pressing that onto mostly the inner corner and then blending it outwards. Then going in with some eyeliner. I would probably recommend doing this first because I had a really hard time trying to get the eyeliner to go over the glitter. So I'd recommend using like a gel or doing your eyeliner first, but I wasn't really thinking this through. So yeah, I just did a wing and then we removed the tape and you guys can see how cut that line is. And then I just went in and applied some lashes. I believe these are the Noel lashes from Huda Beauty. Then moving on to the face, first I'm going to moisturize using the Tarte Brighter Days moisturizer. You guys know I'm obsessed with this. It's just really illuminating and makes your skin look really healthy, and because I have dull skin I feel like it just kind of makes me look more alive. Then going in with the Too Faced Hangover Primer. Again, I'm obsessed with this because my skin is really dehydrated, so I like to just moisturize it and keep it as nourished as possible, and this is a really hydrating primer. Take it easy, take it slow. I'm then going in and color correcting my dark circles. We're using the Cover FX Click Stick in the shade Orange, and I'm just applying that with my E62 Sigma brush. And then I'm going in with the Sigma 3D HD blender just to blend out the edges. And then my favorite trick when color correcting is using a translucent powder to lightly set the color correcting product. That way when you go in with foundation, it stops it from slipping and sliding around. For foundation, I'm using the NARS All Day Luminous Foundations in the shade Gobi and Punjab. I'm just mixing them in like a little plastic tray that I have, and I took some of the Cover FX Custom Enhancer drops. I think these are the rose gold ones, and I just mixed those in. That way I have like a really nice illuminating base, and I find that these NARS foundations are really pigmented, so it doesn't take away any of like the coverage. It just mixes in a nice luminosity to the product, and I found that it just gave the skin a really nice healthy glow. So first I'm just going in with a flat foundation brush and applying that to the skin, and then I just go in with that same 3D HD blender to seamlessly blend the foundation and really press it into the skin so it looks as natural as I can get it. You guys know I'm a cake face. Then to hide those dark circles, because prom princesses do not have dark circles, we're going back in with the Tarte Shape Tape, again with that shade Fair Neutral, and we're just going to apply a little bit underneath the eyes. This is a little bit for me. You guys know I like a cake that shit on there, but this isn't too much. It's very full coverage, so you really don't need that much, and I'm just blending it out with that Sigma 3D HD blender again. This is one of my favorite sponges. I'm not too sure if it's cheaper than the Beauty Blender. If it is, I would recommend it, and if not, then just get the Beauty Blender. Just get whatever's cheapest basically. Then going in and cream bronzing, not cream contouring today, it's just a little bit of a bronze. This is the Hoola bronzer from Benefit. It's like their cream product, and I'm just lightly stippling this over my face just to get it where I want it, and then I just go back in with that brush and start really blending that out, and I just use that same sponge again to make sure everything is really seamless. I'm then going in with one of my favorite translucent powders at the moment, which is the Cover FX one. I always forget the full name of this. I'm just like the worst YouTuber ever. But I'm basically just setting underneath my eyes first because that's where I start to crease. And then I'm going in and setting the rest of my face. I'm seriously obsessed with this powder. It makes your skin look really flawless, and I find that it helps hide my texture, which sounds crazy, but I have really textured skin, which looks worse when you put lots of makeup on. And I just find that this powder kind of makes it all, I don't know, blend in really nicely. Then I'm going in with my Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer. I've really been into using this lately because I've been trying to not go too dark with my bronzer. As you guys can see me, I'm fucking packing that on there. Oh my god, I honestly, like, I can see myself in a mirror. How can I not tell that I don't need this much? I'm crazy. But yeah, I've just kind of been pulling back on the bronzer just a little bit. So I thought I'd go a little bit lighter, and that way when I go ham, it doesn't look too ham. Then going in with the Huda Beauty highlighting palette. I think this is the Pink Sands one. I'm taking the shade Santorini, which is the lightest highlight from the palette, and I'm just going to start applying that to my entire whole face. You guys know me, I love some highlight, go crazy. People are like, why are you putting that much on your face? You look disgusting. And I'm like, you know what, bish, I like it, so shut the heck up. Then we're going in with the shade Ibiza? I don't even know how to say that, it probably sounds so dumb. And it's just like a blush kind of pink shade, and we're just, of course, applying that to the cheeks. And you know how to forget. Now that the face is done, we're just going to jump straight back into the eyes. Taking the plum shade from the palette, I'm just starting to pack that onto the lower lash line, just as close as possible that you can get to the waterline. I don't want it in the waterline, but I do want it to be like right on where our lashes grow. And I'm just really packing that on. And then to blend that out, I'm taking the more warmer, like one of the warmer shades from the palette that we used on the eyes earlier, and I'm just going to start buffing out that deeper color. So this is the Sigma E55 brush. It's one of the best brushes to use when blending the lower lash line. It just does all the work for you. And then I'm taking one of the Marc Jacobs highliners. I can't remember the name of this one, but it's like the really light pink one. I just wanted to use something that would open up the eyes, and these do not budge. So if you're looking for a cream eyeliner for like your waterline and you have really watery eyes, I definitely recommend these Marc Jacobs ones because they are just like the most waterproof things I've ever used. We're then going in and finishing off the lower lash line with some glitter tears because it's prom and everyone cries at prom and you're a princess and you only cry glitter tears. So we're just going to add a little bit of blue right like to the center of the eyes, because like that's totally where the tear duct is, right? And then we're just packing on all of those same glitters that we used earlier, except this time I'm not using the Sigma one because I didn't really love how that came out. And then same for the inner corner of the eye as well, but I'm mostly focusing like the chunky glitters in there. And then I'm taking like this little $3 bead wheel that I got from eBay, and it just has these little tiny pink rhinestones in it, and I'm literally just gluing 2 of those with that same glitter glue just underneath the winged liner, just because I don't know, I thought it looked really cute. And then I'm going in with my Tarte Lights Camera Lashes to finish off my eyes. Then to finish off the entire look, I'm going in with this BH Cosmetics lipstick. Again, I don't know the name. Wow, big shocker, Kasey doesn't know the name of something. I'm sorry, I suck, guys. It's just like a really nice plum mauve sort of shade. I will leave it listed down below for you guys. I'm sorry. And then I just went in with this Ofra liquid lipstick in the shade Angelus, I believe. And I just applied that to like the center of the lips. It kind of has like a shimmery kind of metallic finish, but not heaps. And I just kind of blotted those together with my finger. And then just to finish everything off and lock it in, I'm using the Kat Von D Lock-It Setting Spray. Seriously recommend this if you want your makeup to last all day. This is like the best spray ever. And that is it for this tutorial. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next one.